Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
What the hell was up with Q3 on Saturday? They all bunched up like a pack of hungry school kids at lunchtime, and the stupid ones, a la most of them, weren't quick enough to actually put a lap in. The FIA really should have put all 10 of them to the back of the grid, just for being a group of morons. Can that be a new penalty, please? Penalty for incredible stupidity? The Haas team would start every race in last. Well, let's have a look at the race that literally just finished a couple of hours ago, the 2019 Monza Grand Prix. Did this race have championship implications? Leave your thoughts down below. And also follow me on Twitter. And why not like and subscribe for further motorsport content, including roundups, reviews, history lessons, and strange rantings about nothing important. With that said, let's begin. The Flustercluck in qualifying was followed by a similar Flustercluck at the start, with Verstappen running straight into Sergio Perez and forcing him into the pits for a new wing. I think most of the drivers must have been on something this weekend. First, Albon goes for a gutsy overtake on Sainz, but gets run out wide and loses a couple of places. And then, four-time world champion Sebastian Vettel, a man with over a decade's worth of experience, spins through the Ascari and takes out Lance Stroll on his way back onto the track. For a man of Vettel's stature to make a mistake like that is truly bizarre. Stroll to moan about it and then do the exact same thing is equally stupid, and kind of makes my point of the drivers taking stupid pills before the race. Grosjean then span on his own and pretty much summed up Haas's weekend. Not much happened until the pit stops, when Leclerc came out in front of Hamilton, but on colder, harder tyres, and Hamilton really pushed him. But when Leclerc ran him out wide, I really enjoyed that moment. Because to me it was fair. He was taking a racing line and Hamilton should have backed off. It was aggressive racing and Formula 1 needs that. And I'm glad he wasn't penalised for it. Because it was a moment of excitement and the kind of thing that keeps us watching. Black and white flag as a warning, fine. Then the disappointments for two drivers. Sainz and Kvyat have had great seasons, but McLaren not fitting a wheel to Sainz's car properly and Kvyat's engine blowing. Absolute shame for two drivers who should have scored points. The majority of this race was filled by Leclerc and Hamilton, dicing it out lap after lap at the front. Leclerc made a couple of mistakes and defended hard, but Hamilton could just not find a way through. And then at a critical point in the race, Hamilton makes a mistake and has to go around the chicanes, and comes out behind teammate Bottas, who on fresher tyres was closing on the pair at the front. But when it came time for Bottas to push Leclerc, he just couldn't. He made a couple of mistakes and that meant Leclerc stayed in front to become the first Ferrari to win at Monza since Fernando Alonso in 2010. An amazing result that will do wonders for Ferrari morale, especially given Vettel's lousy performance at this race. He could climb no higher than 13th overall. Massive shout to the Renault team as well, quietly going about their business and finishing 4th and 5th. A great haul of points in the race for 4th in the Constructors and a decent personal result for both drivers, desperately needed. Sergio Perez had a great race from 19th into 7th, and Giovinazzi finally scored points with his best ever finish in 9th, with Norris behind him scoring his first points for a couple of races. So how does this affect the championship? Well, not a lot at this point. I still think Hamilton has enough in hand. Leclerc is just a bit too far behind, even though he is the informed driver. And even Bottas only gained a couple of points. Hamilton has a couple of races cushioned between him and his teammate, and should comfortably wrap it up in America. That's my prediction anyway. Leclerc might be able to chase down second in the championship, and Verstappen will be there and thereabouts, and that will be the excitement going into the final races of the year. In other news, we saw Kvyat criticise Alexander Albon. Now, I can understand his frustration, but he has a point. Alexander Albon did well to fight his way back through the field at Spa, but he hasn't done too much better than Gasly has at this point. But for Kvyat to criticise, probably not good for his image within Red Bull. But I think this has created a resentment between three drivers in their team, and this was always going to happen. To quote Kvyat, "I don't know why you call it such a good start. He spent 36 laps behind me in a Red Bull racing car, and he started in front of me as well. I don't know, maybe in the future he will do better." They are damning words. And Albon has scored decent points again and finished ahead of Verstappen, but it was not a mistake-free race for him. We'll have to see if Red Bull made the right choice. Also, Pastor Maldonado, who I presumed was serving footlongs at his local Subway, piped up and said he almost joined Ferrari in 2014. Maldonado instead of Kimi Räikkönen. Apparently he was in talks with Di Montezemolo and Domenicali before the pair were booted from Ferrari. Probably for trying to hire Maldonado, honestly. Why would they want to hire a man with the grace of a hippo on roller skates? It's beyond me, but I think they made the right choice with Räikkönen in the end. So was that a great Grand Prix? Tell me what you think of individual drivers' performances, like and subscribe, and have a good one.